Whether you have pain in your back or joints, surgery may not be the answer. Instead of the dangers involved in cutting out tissue, consider healing and rejuvenating the area with stem cells, platelet-rich plasma, or prolotherapy. The treatments that are available to professional athletes are now available for you. Watch the videos at jointrehab.com or call the Darrow Wellness Institute at 800-300-9300. 800-300-9300. That's 800-300-9300.
Welcome back to Living Pain-Free with Dr. Marc Darrow. I'm your host, Nita Valens, and we're taking your calls right here, right now at 866-870-5752. Call right now and get your free book. Dr. Darrow's latest is called Stem Cell and Platelet Therapy, Regenerate, Don't Operate. It has 264 scientific studies, actually, and the foreword is written by the lovely Suzanne Summers, and in her new book, A New Way to Age, she's got about a 14-page spread on Dr. Darrow's work, so that's pretty cool. So that's 866-870-5752 right here in the studio, and you get to talk directly to Dr. Darrow. And the website is www.lastemcells.com. That's www.lastemcells.com. You can email Dr. Darrow off of every page on the site and watch him performing the treatments on videos. What do you think?
I think we're ready for you know what, Nita?
Another email.
Nope, you're on the hot seat.
I knew this.
What did one hat say to the other?
A hat? H-E-T, a hat?
Yeah, H-A-T. You stay here. I'll go on ahead.
Oh.
I hope you remember all these.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, yeah. You're going to run them again next year? Is that what you're saying?
No, I have new ones each week.
Oh, I see.
Why can't you trust the king of the jungle?
Why can't you trust the king of the jungle?
Yeah, because he's always lying.
Oh, so the lion is still the king of the jungle. Okay.
I think so.
Okay, I didn't know
there
that.
There hasn't been a new election.
Yeah, really. Who has time during these times? We're all too busy.
I'm going to go to a question about a torn labrum.
Okay.
Labrum means lip in Latin. And the way you think of a labrum, it's fibrocartilage that is around joints, around the bone, to hold that bone in place in the joint. So we typically hear of labrum in the hips and the shoulders, and frequently they are torn. I see torn labrums probably many times every day, and I can see them with my ultrasound. I use an ultrasound to look inside the body instead of an MRI, which I have to send someone, to a radiology place, and they charge a fortune. With the ultrasound, I can just look right on the spot. And the ultrasound's amazing because I can use it to actually guide the needle when I inject. So I can put the needle exactly where it is supposed to go instead of hoping I'm getting to the right area. Studies are done that showing if injections are done without ultrasound, there is a 33% chance that the solution will not even go where it's supposed to go. So most doctors don't use ultrasound because they're expensive and it's a sharp learning curve, very steep. I do several courses a year on ultrasound, cadaver courses, so we can actually look inside a cadaver and inject there without the cadaver complaining that we hit the wrong spot. So it's a great way to learn. And what we'll do is we'll inject, and then we'll use the ultrasound to see where the needle is and see if we got the right area. So ultrasound is very important, especially when aspirating fluid. So a lot of doctors will aspirate or take out fluid from a knee or a shoulder or a hip, mostly the knees, and they do it blind without an ultrasound. And it's very painful because they're just poking around hoping they're going to get to fluid. And I can tell you for all the years I've been doing ultrasound, that's not a good way to do it. You need the ultrasound to look inside and you can see every drop of fluid and not bang up the knee by working in the dark, so to speak. So this person says, I'm interested in setting up a consultation with Dr. Darrow. My issue concerns a torn labrum in my shoulder. Okay. So I see these all the time, and it's very cool when I inject torn labrum under ultrasound guidance. I can actually see the needle go right to that teeny weeny spot in the labrum in the shoulder and fill it with stem cells or platelets and hopefully watch it heal. So if any of you if you Google torn labrum surgery and look for the results, you're going to find out that surgery for torn labrum, or labra, I should say, in the plural, in Latin, don't work out too well. And I get people that come in all the time who have had a labral surgery and got worse. So I'm not sure why these surgeries are being done that much. There are occasions when it does need to be done if the labrum is totally ripped off the bone, it's stuck in the joint, something like that. Go ahead and do it, take it out. But even sewing them up seems to not come out very well. So just be careful before you get a surgery. That's all I can say. You gotta be safe. Medicine, the first law is do no harm. And surgery seems to me to do a lot of harm most of the time. At least 50% of the people that I read about in the studies that are in my book, at least, it shows that it wasn't a good idea to do the surgery to begin with. So give me a call. You get a free copy of my book, which is Regenerate, Don't Operate. It's about stem cells and platelets. It's a $25 value, and you get it by calling me right now at 866-870-5752. I'd love to talk to you, 866-870-5752. And if you are shy, I hope you're not. But you can call up and pretend you're Nita Valens or someone.
Then I must have a twin out there, right?
Well, everybody has a doppelganger.
That's true.
I met mine.
I did
too.
Mine once. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was actually. I don't know how to say what it was. It was shocking. That's the word.
Yeah.
And it was in a car. I was driving in when I was in law school. I was driving down a freeway, pretty late at night, and there was only one other car on the road, and I came up to pass it, and we looked at each other as a lot of people do when they're driving. Nita, do you like to look at everybody when you're driving by?
Yeah, just for a second. Yes.
Yeah, just a second. Yeah. You don't want them to get attached. You just want to see what's up. It's our social instinct. So I look at this guy, and he looks exactly like me, and my jaw drops, and he's looking at me, and his jaw drops.
Oh, my goodness.
And it was back in the Berkeley days when we all had long hair and beards. And we didn't stop, but he was my doppelganger. So we've got a call coming in here, it looks like.
We do, and we are going to go to Francis in Woodland Hills right now.
Hey, Francis, it's Dr. Marc Darrow. How are you today?
Right now, I'm gimping along.
Oh, we don't like to hear that. Sorry. So how is it, one hip or both hips?
No, one hip.
Okay.
And my right hip.
Okay. Did you ever have
it? My tailbone goes down to my ankle.
Whoa. Okay. Did a doctor tell you anything about it?
No, they don't say too much about it. They told me they said I should have surgery, and I said, no, I'm not going to have surgery. I don't want that.
Okay. How old are you, Francis?
Pretty old. 88.
Like 21?
No, I'm 88.
Okay. So, fortunately for you, maybe, being 88 will save you from a surgery. Okay? Because surgeons get nervous about operating on someone in their 80s. If they're smart, they get nervous about it because it's harder to heal the older you get, and there's more complications that come up. But a lot of people that have called in the show have had that situation where were told to get surgery and they didn't do it and they got better anyway. Did the doctor tell you that you've got arthritis in your hip?
No, they don't. Well, I belong to Kaiser, and they don't tell you too much about any,
Yeah, they're busy. Yeah.
They don't tell you too much about anything, really.
Yeah, I understand. I don't want to put down Kaiser, but
No, I know.
you know, it's not. It's a good place to go if you're really, really, really sick. But for
I've
things
had
that
this for about 15 years.
okay, well, I'm so sorry to hear that. I would have to look at you and move the leg around and touch your. You said it. Your sacrum area hurts. Also,
I'm
your
sorry,
tailbone.
I'm having trouble hearing you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll yell at you. How's that?
Well, not yell, but you can.
Can you hear me now?
louder. Yes.
I'll yell with love. Yeah, I'm not sure if what you're having is the hip or it's coming from your back, because you said your sacrum area hurts also. So I have to do an examination and move you around and touch those areas and look with the ultrasound inside to see what's going on, okay? If you want to come into the office, you can call there right now. The phone number is 800-300-9300.
I don't know, where is your office?
I'm right across the freeway from UCLA on Wilshire Boulevard.
Oh, wow. Well,
That's West LA.
That's a long ways for me to get to.
I understand, but you should know that going a long way for you may be a very smart idea.
Well, I don't know. Well, I would like to have somebody look at it. And, well, I guess at my age, I've suffered it out this long. It doesn't matter, right?
Well, I don't know. I mean, every day in pain is a day in pain, and I don't care what age you are, because you're living right now and you have to endure it right now. So if it were me, I would get it checked out. Okay? You own your body. You get to do what you want with it. I own mine, and I do what I want with it. But I've been injecting my body for injuries for, I think it's about 23 years now, with good success. And there's a good possibility I can help you. That's all. And
Probably.
Well, it's up to you. I'd love to meet you.
I'll have to see if I could get way out there.
Okay.
I don't know, because it's hard for me to get transportation way out.
I hear you. I understand.
Yeah,
we have people. I know it ain't easy. We have people come from Europe, from all over the world, China.
Yeah.
All over the country who come in to get this work done. So wherever you are, it's not that far. You can find somebody
And
who
you're
can
in
take
West LA, huh?
Yeah, right off the 405 freeway on Wilshire Boulevard.
Okay.
I did my residency at UCLA in medicine, and I moved right down the street from UCLA. Okay, God bless you, Francis. I'm sorry you're having pain.
And thank you.
I would love to meet you and just touch the area and see if I can help you.
Maybe I'll try.
You have a beautiful day. I hope you do.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks
God
for your
bless
call,
you, Francis. Thank you so much.
I bet somebody who loves Frances is going to give her a ride to you.
I think so.
That's what I think.
I think so.
Yes, so Frances.
Got to be motivated to want to do it, though.
Yeah, so start letting some people know, Francis, that you want to get over to see Dr. Darrow. It's really not that far. If you pick the right time of day, it's like not really a big deal.
I think one of the saddest things that humans do is don't ask.
Yes. That's a good point. Our number is 866-870-5752. You still have time to get in queue to speak with Dr. Darrow directly about your physical pain. That's 866-870-5752. And the best part is you get your free book today, Stem Cell and Platelet Therapy, Regenerate, Don't Operate, with 264 scientific studies. How about that?
I love it.
All right.
So I have a question here. This person says, I have pain shooting down my back and into my left leg, affecting my knee, making it very painful and stiff and unable to walk. So this is very complex just listening to it, because we have theoretical issues of ligaments in the back causing the back pain, nerves being impinged, maybe the sciatic nerve by a herniated disc, or it could be facet arthropathy, meaning arthritis in the joints between the vertebrae. And then it says affecting my knee, making it very painful and stiff. So there could be something going on in the knee also. Now, I say this is a very complex issue, looking at it on the radio, but with a quick examination, it would take me about 2 minutes to find out what's really going on. And then I can deal with this and tell the person the best way to treat all of this. So things going down the leg typically can be thought of by doctors as a radiculopathy, meaning that surgery is needed, that the radix of the nerve, that's where it comes out from the spinal cord down the leg, is being impinged. But there's also trigger points in the low back, and this applies to the neck also, people with arm pain. There are things called trigger points where you can find them and press them in the neck or back, and they radiate pain down the arm or leg. And anybody who gets a surgery for that is not going to be happy, because it's not going to get rid of the problem. And it may lead to a lot more problems. I get tons of people who have had surgery that are worse off than what they were to begin with. So if this is, typical low back pain, I can typically fix it, no promises, using platelets and stem cells, one or the other or both. It's something I have to touch and see. You sending me, and I get this all the time, people email me their MRIs and x-rays and CT scans, and I tell them, I'm glad you sent it, but it's not going to give me the answer. I need to examine you and touch the body. So,
should we go to Gina?
Gina, Dr. Marc Darrow, thank you so much for calling. How are you today? Your back is bothering you. How long for?
It's been a couple months, and I tried going to chiropractor. I did everything I could so that it could be fixed, but apparently it got better because of the stretching and what have you.
Good.
But still it's there, and it's just like I'm sick and tired of it.
I get you. Well, the good news is this is something that's fairly new, 2 months old.
A little bit louder, sir. I can barely hear you.
Okay. The good news is it's only been 2 months. Okay, so you may still be in the healing phase. I'm glad the chiropractor was able to help you. I love chiropractors. They're amazing. They do natural things. And you may want to just stick with the chiropractor a little bit. I don't know who it is or what he had to say about it, but he may be able to help you some more. Are you still getting better, or have you plateaued and the pain is still just remaining the same?
Same.
Okay. So I would have to examine you. It sounds to me like you sprained the ligaments in your back, like they got stretched out. That's the most common form of a back injury that there is. Okay? 80% of people have that type of an injury sometime throughout their life. We can typically heal it up very quickly using injections of stem cells or platelets in the low back. And I'd have to touch it first to see if you are a candidate. If you want to come in, the number to the office is 800-300-9300. And you can actually watch me doing videos on my website, and you can write this down. It's www.lastemcells.com. I have videos of me injecting all over the body, and you can see if you want something like that done for you. Certainly, watch out for getting a surgery for something like that, because we want to keep medicine conservative, and surgery is the least conservative thing you can do.
I agree with you. I'm the last one to consider any surgery. Even if I'm dying, I do not wish to have a surgery. It's not that I'm, against anything, but for me, I always think of healing naturally will be the best thing to do. But I also been advised, not advised, but with my sister, she had the same problem. She said she got a epidural shot, and she felt better for years and years.
Sure.
Is that something that's possible?
Do you have any leg pain, Gina?
I'm sorry?
Do you have any leg pain? Or just back pain? Do you have any pain down your legs from your back, or is it just the back that hurts?
Actually, what I have is that the pain that was in my back now went down to, under my butt, and then it goes through my thigh.
Okay.
I used to have numb foot, but it got a lot better. I don't have that anymore, but I only have this pain between my back and my side.
Okay.
So should I schedule an appointment with your office, the one that you mentioned, 800?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the safest way to take care of you is conservatively. And getting an epidural is not conservative, and most of them fail. It worked on your sister, and I'm glad about that. But it may not have been the epidural that worked. It may have been just a big dose of the steroid they put in her that quieted everything down. Okay. See, the epidural, the purpose of it is to shrink down the tissue around the nerves. But I could put that same dose of a steroid in your arm and have it work if it's not because of a pinched nerve. Because that steroid goes all over the body.
Okay.
So it's not the best thing for people. I don't like giving people steroids. It has to be done sometimes, but what's that? The phone number to the office is 800-300-9300. 800-300-9300. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'd love to see you. And if I think you need an epidural, I'll send you for that. If there's something else, I'll send you for that. But we want to keep it conservative. And a lot of people that have this stuff in the butt and the thigh can be from other things. It can be from a hamstring attachment to the ischial tuberosity. I treat those all the time. That's the sit bone, as you say, the bottom of the pelvis. So I just have to see what's going on. It's not that simple. And unfortunately, most doctors don't use their hands and do exams. They get an X-ray or MRI and then treat from that, and then they make big mistakes. So the exam is really the most important thing that we can do in helping a person heal. And that's old-fashioned. My grandfather was born in the 1800s. He was a doctor, and he didn't have MRIs or X-rays, and that's what he did, examination. Okay.
Many things the old-fashioned way, believe me, it's better than the new fashion.
It can be. You can be right about that.
Yeah. Perfect. So I would definitely call the office, but also I have been referring you to others. I've been telling them that before you consider any surgery, call doctor. Believe it or not, up to Michigan, that I had families there. I've been letting them know about you because truly it's good to talk to doctor before you go and not knowing what kind of stuff that it could happen. Many things they don't tell you what's going on.
Gina, you're a very smart woman. And
thank you.
I always tell people, if it's a real orthopedic issue that I think is got a thing that an orthopedic surgeon should see, I refer to an orthopedic surgeon. They don't refer to me. Why is that?
I don't understand it, but they should. When people work together, it helps a lot, and everyone wins.
I think so. I think we have to work together to solve problems. And in medicine, it's no different. So I think you're a smart woman, Gina, and thank you so much for calling. And it's time to go. If you want to get a hold of me at the office, the number is 800-300-9300. And if you want to look at my website and watch videos of what I do, www.lastemcells.com, and you can email me from every page. God bless you all. Thank you, Anita, Suzette, and Alex. Happy birthday to you guys.
Thank you, Dr. Darrow. See you next time.
You've been listening to Living Pain-Free with Dr. Marc Darrow. Now that you've heard Dr. Darrow, you can schedule an appointment to talk with him in person by calling his office anytime at 800-300-9300. That's 800-300-9300. Or go online to lastemcells.com. Again, the website is lastemcells.com. Living Pain-Free with Dr. Marc Darrow is heard every Saturday at 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. here on AM 870 The Answer. Remember, to take the first step toward a pain-free life, schedule an appointment by calling 800-300-9300. That's 800-300-9300. Live long and pain-free. And thanks for joining us today.